Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So, in the previous YouTube, I shared that the holistic training of 1850s Wing Chun, which include externally train the muscles, sinews, and bone, which is in today's word the kinetic chain, and internally train the qi. Well, qi involves three things in today's language. One is breathing, lower abs breathing, or diaphragmatic breathing. The second is intra-abdominal pressure, so that you be able to support your core for thrusting out or in high-speed momentum handling or recycling momentum. And the third is for when your recovery, you are nurturing the qi and circulate the qi so that your qi or energy will flow from chest down to your lower abs or dantian area via the Ren meridians or Ren channel. So you have three things there, okay? So, it doesn't matter. People love to call this internal, that whatever heck. But if you don't have this both, you don't have a holistic system. By both, I mean externally train your kinetic chain, internally train your diaphragmatic breathing, your intra-abdominal pressure for supporting your core, for your action, and the energy nurturing for recovery. So there are three things there. Okay? So, it is really crazy, just call, this is Tai Chi, this is internal, this internal Wing Chun, but have no idea on this kinetic chain and this internally train the qi or develop the qi, which is your diaphragmatic breathing, your intra-abdominal pressure for your core handling, and your energy nurturing for your recovery. Okay? So anybody bullshit you on internal and not be able to tell you exactly on this, the internally develop the qi on the diaphragmatic breathing, the intra-abdominal pressure supporting the core, and the nurturing the qi for recovery, you walk away because there's a bullshit. You can talk about, Taoist or others, my sifu is the internal what? You don't even have the human basic to operate this human body fully. Okay, so now we have to look into, in today's term, people love to use the term Xing Qi to dantian. Xing Qi to dantian. What the heck is Xing Qi to dantian? How many people really know what the heck it is? So today I open the entire thing up for you. Here you have a standard, you know what the heck it is, and people bullshit you right away, you can spot it. Okay, so let's talk about this. Remember last time we talked about the Wing Chun 1850 Ichi Kamyong Ma. Exhale, inhale, and you have a shallow squat. While the breathing is continue on. In today's scientific language, okay, accurate scientific language, by practicing this, exhale, inhale, where you can feel your intra-abdominal pressure, your core get support, and then the tighten of your the pelvic floor muscle, your anus, and so forth at exhale. This is named as dynamic intra-abdominal pressure dash core regulation. Dynamic internal abdominal pressure and core regulations. So again, you exhale, you tighten up your lower abs, the pelvic floor muscle lift up, as people say, lifting anus, those stuff. It is not lifting anus, it is the pelvic floor muscle, the entire thing lift up. Those are exhale. When you inhale, you slowly, shallowly squat down, and your inhales is deep, and you have this intra-abdominal pressure slowly, gradually build up, and you have this core support at inhale. So this is called dynamic intra-abdominal pressure core regulations, because it's continue, your breathing is continue, and then you continue regulate that. So it's called dynamic intra-abdominal pressure core regulation. And you can use that after you train, develop this for striking, momentum, and so forth, because you need this core and IAP like a transmission to run your car. Okay? Now, so that is another type of what we call sustained intra-abdominal pressure core bracing. Sustained inter-abdominal pressure and core bracing. Those are as what when you do squat or lifting heavy weight, you inhale and you hold your breathing while you're doing the squat. Those are different things. Those are sustained intra-abdominal pressure and core bracing. Okay, you fix it, brace it. Now, you know these two types, okay? So Wing Chun 以及 Kamyong-ma is the dynamic intra-abdominal pressure core regulation. It is not the usual squat, which is sustained intra-abdominal pressure core bracing. Sustained inter-abdominal core bracing can cause your blood pressure to spike, and if you do it wrong, it could cause hernia, because you are generate a fixed pressure inside there. Okay? While the Wing Chun 以及 Kamyong-ma is doing a regulations of intra-abdominal pressure and core, because your breathing is continued, you never stop breathing. Everything has to be natural, slow, smooth, and continue. Got it? This is very important. Now, when people talk about 心气 to dantian, actually there are two types of things. One is the real 心气 to dantian, meaning your energy flow and sink down to dantian or the lower abs. Another 心气 dantian is actually pressurize, fixed pressurize your lower abs. So it is that practice of sustained intra-abdominal pressure and core bracing. They are different things. So 心气 dantian is, as what I shared with you, qi mean in Wing Chun, in real Chinese Kung Fu, qi mean your diaphragmatic breathing, your intra-abdominal pressure, core handling, and your nurture qi, so that is for recovery and to circulate your energy to flow, say from the chest downward to your lower abs or dantian, and then you can accumulate the energy, not in dantian, but the entire body energy, okay? Which is the nurture qi or recovery in today's terms. Now, that is the real 心气 to dantian, 气沉丹田, as what the 1850s Xu Lin Tao quit. Right. So that happened is when you are doing recovery, you are recovery and then you nurture your qi, and when your qi get back to a certain level, you can feel all this warm flowing and how it go down to the lower abs or the guanyuan pressure point area, okay, in this lower ab or dantian area, okay? So that's 心气 dantian. Now, that is another saying on 心气 to dantian, but it is not really 心气 to dantian. Those are actually doing the sustained intra-abdominal pressure, core bracing. So 心气, the real 心气 to dantian is talk about this energy recovery. The other type of 心气 to dantian, which is misusing the words today, everybody is kind of mixed up, is actually sustained intra-abdominal pressure, core bracing. It hold the breathing in the lower abs. Sorry, it hold the intra-abdominal pressure, it hold the breathing, and it hold the intra-abdominal pressure for bracing, like in you doing squat. After you inhale, you squat down. There a short period of this holding breathing. Okay, so in the proper Chinese term, if you really know about it, that is called 气沉丹田, which is 心气 to dantian, which happen in the recovery and nurture qi. And that is another, actually called 气压丹田, not 气沉丹田. 气沉丹田 is 心气 to dantian. 气压丹田 is talking about the sustained intra-abdominal pressure, core bracing. You got it? So again, 气沉丹田 is for the nurture qi, as we explained so many times there. And 气压丹田 is the sustained intra-abdominal pressure, core, bracing. So there's a qi chen dantian and qi ya dantian. Xing qi to dantian and pressurize the dantian. Today, most people who talk about internal have no clue on what the heck it is. Everybody talk about, I can xing qi to dantian, but what the heck are you doing? If you train the so-called internal aspect of the holistic system, you don't know all this detail, what the heck are you doing? And if you don't have this, how can you go fight in the momentum? You look at the Olympic, the MMA, professional people train this thing. Okay? Now, so you need to be clear instead of just talk. Nobody knows what the heck it is. And as what I shared in my previous video and in Chinese video, the approaching Wing Chun, which is you guys doing today, the 3 sets, or your, the 22 style and all this thing, it is approaching version. It never have this thing I just explained to you. It doesn't have the externally train the kinetic chain, internally train the diaphragmatic breathing, the intra-abdominal pressure, and the recovery energy. It doesn't have. Look at your 小念頭尋橋標誌. Disregard a lineage. There is 0 there. So, I clear this out, and don't give me the name of Taiji, internal, Yi Quan, internal. If you cannot explain in detail this, meaning you have never trained it, you never developed it, you don't know what the heck it is. And if you question me, I say, I'm using fitness tracker to do it. If you want to get details on all those things, go read my book, Decoding Wing Chun, on the breathing and all this intra-abdominal pressure, and Wing Chun Nei Gong code for all the qi stuff. What the ancient Chinese mean. So now we make it, we present it in the scientific way. The purpose, the notion is so that everybody be able to know what the heck it is. You don't want to do Wing Chun for 50 years and you don't even know that there exists the dynamic intra-abdominal pressure core regulations. And you don't want to just do whatever it is and will not be able to differentiate between dynamic intra-abdominal pressure core regulation and the sustained intra-abdominal pressure and core bracing, which is stop breathing. You don't want to do 小念頭. I do it slowly until your entire body is sweating like hell. Though those are not the dynamic intra-abdominal pressure core regulation. It is already in some kind of stress form. So like many of our Chinese martial art friends who train in different systems and told me, oh, you can prolong your breathing, slow breathing. Come on. If you don't know about breathing, there is the subtle breathing, the common breathing, the windy breathing. You don't know what I just shared with you. You really don't know what it is. So you don't force yourself to do slow, like my Sifu do, like this Grandmaster do. You need to know what it is. And only you know what it is, you can develop the Kung Fu. Doesn't mean that you are the best fighter, but you know. It's like I know my car, I have the transmissions, I have a turbo there. If I want to use it, I can use it. But you have no idea the transmissions, you have no idea about the turbo, you have no idea what the car is. Everything is just empty terms. We cannot afford that. Wing Chun cannot afford that. So I'm saying this today. It's so that it doesn't matter what lineage you are, even you are pro-Qing Wing Chun. Put this back. Because what I care is the health of everybody. Disregard of you are anti-Qing Wing Chun or pro-Qing Wing Chun. Your health. We are living in a really high health cost era. You cannot afford to screw up Wing Chuners in their health for doing nonsense. From the snake oil selling of this internal what? You look at those internal teachers. Will they be able to do all what I'm sharing with you? Or they just do as I do. My teacher is a Taoist. And yet they have no idea, have no experience at all on what is the dynamic regulations, dynamic intra-abdominal pressure and core regulations. And they don't know what is the sustained intra-abdominal pressure core bracing. They have no idea and just song, wow, this and that, this is internal. What the heck are you doing? That's why when you face Xi Xiaodong, within 30 seconds, like all those guys, you get KO, right? Your body don't have that transmissions. And you don't have that internal aspect of Chinese Kung Fu. Okay? So this is a straight talk. And the bottom line is this. It doesn't matter, for me, it doesn't matter what is, are you anti-Qing Wing Chun or pro-Qing Wing Chun version? You're a Wing Chuner, I'm Wing Chuner. What I care about is, you cannot screw people up, their body, their physical. You cannot get their blood pressure to spike out, their heart beats to skip pulse because of somebody's idiotic or snake oil selling. There's a consequence there. People have to pay big price. Okay, so this is the era. So as what I tell you clearly, I care less on the anti-Qing Wing Chun or pro-Qing Wing Chun. The reason I mention those is because there's history. It's like I share that this is a Mercedes-Benz, this is a BMW. That's it. And what I care is everybody need to put the airbag there. If you don't have an airbag there, you get in the accident, now you got a problem. So, got me clear? So if you really care for this thing, go really watch this YouTube and think about it and really comprehend, digest what I'm sharing. For past 160 years, nobody shared this thing. Did they know? Or they are not sure?